We're continuing with our study of Mareh Yaakov. As with each week, we're going to go through a section of the Parshat Noach that we read and try to see if our skill in interpreting the meaning of each note continues to translate to other books that were not written down by Dr. Seaman. So we read Parshat Yitro this week, and I thought we'd start just with the first phrase of the Parsha, Vayishma Yitro Kohen Midyan Choten Moshe. So Rashi tells us, Vayishma Yitro, Mashmu Ashema, what did he hear? Uva, what made him come? Kriyat Yamsuf, Umilchemet Amalek, the splitting of the Red Sea, and the war with Amalek. So what did Yitro hear? Two things that just happened. These are two important things that just happened. So the note on Vayishma is going to focus us backwards on things that happened before. They're going to be important things. So it's going to be a note on top of the word, and it's going to be a doubled note that is looking backwards.
Oh, sorry.
So
Gershon.
what is it?
Gershon.
Gershon. Is that the right way? Is that the right way?
The other way.
Two. The other way?
Oh, yeah, no.
Two backwards-looking symbols on top of the word tells us Vayishma, multiple things looking backwards, and they are important. Hence, it's a note that comes on top of the word. Yitro gets focus on his name, and Rashi says that when he heard and came, his previous name Yeter gets added an extra letter, one of the letters from God's name, so he grows in importance, and he becomes a focus and a subject that we're going to discuss. Usually the subject of a clause gets a pashta, so his name gets a pashta. He started before as the Kohen of Midyan, and then he focused and brought his life into being somebody who is going to serve together with the people of Israel. So he started as something before, started as Kohen, and then focused, so his entire focus, and the Midrash tells us that he was somebody who searched through all religions and was hoping to find truth, and he heard of these two events and heard of the personal intervention of God and decided that there was truth here. So he had taken his ability to be a master of all religions, a Kohen of anything, and focused it into being a Kohen of just one thing. So again, when we see that starting with a broad concept and focusing to the narrower, we see a mapach, so Kohen has a mapach. And again, the subject that he used to be connected to before was Midyan, so his attention and focus used to be there, and that is where Moshe has a connection to him. So again, subject of a clause usually gets a pashta, so Midyan is going to get a pashta. And he is going to have a separate role from what he did before. Rashi again tells us that on Choten Moshe, Kan haya Yitro mitkabed b'Moshe. Ani Choten HaMelech. L'shavar Shem Moshe Toleh Hagdula B'chamav, Shneamar Vayashav al Yeter Chotna. So we see that Yitro's importance relative to Moshe is changing now that there has been this element of revelation, now that God has chosen to intervene specifically with Moshe as leader. So all of a sudden, Yitro's position has changed. He's someone who is different from before, i.e. before he was at the top of the totem pole, and now he is just somebody who is seeking to join. So there is a sharp demarcation between what he was before and what he's going to be going on. So we get a munach there, sharp demarcation with going forward into what he's going to be. And Moshe plays a double role, both somebody who before was just a son-in-law to this person, and now is in fact both the leader of the religion and the leader of the nation. So Moshe has two roles that he's playing, a lesser one and a greater one. So we see a two-part note to denote that, and he becomes and Moshe's name deserves and receives a katon. So Vayishma Yitro Kohen Midyan Choten Moshe, again consistent with our understanding of the notes, consistent with the Midrash and the Gemara that Rashi brings, and certainly adds the concepts that are brought in other texts are in fact hidden there in the notes if we know enough to look. So we'll pause the tape now, find our page, and bring everybody back in a minute.